Welcome to my live. Today is uh, July 16, 2026. You're here today with Ren on Daily Trades by Ren. Okay, let's go ahead and get on with the trade. I did a few trades today. I did do a few trades today. I did a whole lot of trades today. As you see there, I'm down. I'm down. I am down 3%. I actually took it all the way up to like 31%. I was up like almost $50, like $48. And then I ended up with like there's all the market ended today. Then I ended up with $7 at the end right here, right? So, okay, what I'm trying to do anyways is I did gotta get into a contract, right? And I got into a contract for it to crash tomorrow all the way down to 7:45. Okay, so I'm trying something new. What I'm trying is whether or not I can swing towards a, a place where I want to be, um, and then get my gains early on tomorrow morning. And the reason why, because I got a theory behind it, right? My theory behind it is this, and then I did my quote unquote investigation. I don't know if my investigation does any good, but you know, you have to make predictions, right? So you have to look at your you have to look at your details, right? Detail matters. So today we have a bunch of headlines, right? Everything's going on geopolitical, a lot of reports on jobs, a lot of reports on a whole lot of other things, right? But we're just gonna well, I like to associate it with things that's going on in the political realm, as far as foreign affairs and stuff, right? Because the market kind of reflects off other markets, right? So they always talk about the London time frame and the Asia time frame, right? So a range, right? So that's why. But my theory for it to crash tomorrow is the fact that we have right now we're sitting at about 750 on the SPY spot, right? And it's been bearish the whole day. If you look at it, let's see if I can pull it up here somewhere. Come on, let's go. There you go. Okay. So yeah, it's been bearish the whole day, and the reason I was able to get so much in the beginning, I should just hang, stay there, right? The thing is, I'm trying to learn about these movements, right? Whether or not I can move with it every day, every single moment, right? And I did that. I did like throughout the whole day. I was just moving with it, right? The problem is, I was playing catch up. When you play catch up, I started losing, right? But in the beginning, I caught everything good, like literally, like I was up there. It went all the way halfway through, probably right down here, right? Let me draw my line. So yeah, I was up here, right? And I got to like about here. I made like $40, and then somewhere along the line, when it went from here to here, actually, yeah, it started just going bad. And the reason why is because I'm taking different positions, right? I'm taking long shorts, long shorts, long shorts, right? Depending on whether or not I see reversal or not, right? So for a little bit, it was trying to reverse, like around right here, and then I failed. I failed at it, right? And you look at that accumulation distribution chart here, indicator, and it gave us somewhat of the same thing. No, quite, not really quite a reversal scenario, right? And I can't even see any like convergence or divergence, right? Except for towards the end right here, maybe a little bit, right? But even then, it just shot down with it. You know what I mean? So like maybe right here, it's trying to converge, right? So like they're trying to go like opposing like this. You know what I mean? Um, trying to create a wedge between this, and you're seeing it, this slight wedge, right? But we wanted to start moving up. If the accumulation distribution scenario start moving up, then yeah, we're golden for a good scenario. But yeah, so okay, the reason why is it's already doing the prediction I was trying to do, right? So there's a massive people holding contracts right here around the 750, right? And then there's a massive amount of people holding contracts at the 7 745 area, right? So that's why my contracts um, is going to reflect the 745 area. And then after that, I was trying to get to go back up. So, but since I got it at a discount, right? So as it moved towards 745, towards 747, I should be able to, in the morning, I should be able to see a pretty good discount. I mean, not discount, but a good return, right? And maybe, like, I'll just cut off at 747 or maybe 746 if it ever gets there again, right? So right there is pretty close to 747. So overnight, I'm hoping all the 750 gets swept. I'm thinking it's all stacked together, right? And so if they sweep all the contracts on the 750, then we're moving that to 745. They're gonna sweep all those contracts, right? So that's the reason why I got here. Pretty much, um, yeah, I should be able to gain like at least 40 bucks at most, probably. Let's see how much I bought my contract for. Contract for like $28, right? So potentially I would make $72 if it gets all the way to 745 or below that. So that's what I'm doing for tomorrow. I'm trying to see if I can swing that direction since we are bearish for a good moment here. And with all the geopolitical stuff going on, hopefully, like people work in fear. You know what I mean? Well, for my sake, anyways. That's that. But anyways, um, after hours looking good, guys. We're going down, down. So it jumped back up to 750 really fast, right? Right at the end of the market, right? And I was kind of wanting it to see that happen actually tomorrow, and it works its way back down. But apparently, we have a 24-hour market, right, including futures and uh, and regular day trade hours. Or what I've been using the whole time that got me really good results. Okay, let's see. In the beginning, anyways, was the VWAP. ChatGPT. All right, let's see what ChatGPT says. What does VWAP stand for in trading?
Let me check. VWAP is volume weighted average price. It shows the average price a stock traded at throughout the day, factoring in volume. Traders use it to gauge whether they're getting a relatively good price. Above VWAP can signal strength, below can signal weakness. It's commonly used on 1-minute charts to judge intraday trends.
All right, there you go, guys. It's a weighted uh, average price based on volume. What people fail to realize, I think, I'm not sure, right? I'm not sure if the masters, what I mean, in those groups actually, follow kind of the movements and, the way the behavior is of the market, right? Or like, do they understand what's going on behind the scenes for them to make a really good educated guess? Because, like all these indicators have definitions and definition on the reason why we look at certain things on the charts, right? So if you look at the VWAP is volume weighted average price. Okay, it's the average price, right? So it's moving towards the price. Um, but it's taking me a long time to understand this whole thing, right? And my whole goal is a long time. I'm talking about a long time. I'm talking about for years, right? Because what we do is we trade. We don't know why things happen, right? And I believe the people that are good investors, they understand exactly what's going on in the market. Like they understand the way money moves. This is what's going on. Money is moving around the globe, right? And the reason why, you know, these these people, that is wealthy in society, right, is because they understand how the money moves. You know what I mean? Plainly put. You know what I mean? Like, and for a long time, for me especially, right? Since I got into it like 2012, 2013, right? I was just like everybody else. You know what I mean? Like meme stock. What's going on? Robinhood just became an app somewhere, right? And then all of a sudden, Um, who's that one guy? Whatever his name is. I think his username was like something rabbit or something, right? Like he crashed the whole market as a retail investor, right? With GameStop. You know what I mean? Like literally one man. You know what I mean? Other than the housing market, where that one guy, the movie was called The Big Short. You guys were to go. His name was Michael something, right? Um, Michael Burry or something. He shorted the whole market too, right? But he shorted the housing market because, but the way he did it, he didn't do it like how the other guy did it, right? The other guy just had a bunch of contracts on on his broker account, right? This guy went to the bank, the guy that crashed the housing market, and then he's like, "Hey, I want to short, I want to short the housing market. I need you to, like create the contract for it. You know what I mean? Like, and so no one wanted to do it, and then he eventually got people to do it. Or I don't know how it went down, but like, yeah. And then, that's what happened. This is like pre market, right? 5 o'clock, whatever. 6:30 comes around, right? And then whoever's theory it was to say, oh, it's gonna be bullish. If you look at the 6:30 candle and then the candle below that is a green, then this one went above it, then we're gonna have a bullish thing going on, right? So the bull, if you're gonna follow that, right, immediately crashed, right? So you already failed in life after you follow that rule, right? Someone made videos on it, immediate crash. So you out. If you playing single leg contract, you out $100. You know what I mean? And then you go, and then if you were able to catch something over here, okay, let's say you hang on to your contract, right? Okay, you went up here, you made a few bucks, right? Thing is, it's not a bullish day, right? And that's what people don't understand. Like, why are you like? So ICT would call this like some sort of inverse. Oh, right here. Um, yeah, some sort of like FPG right here, right? And then they would probably confirm right here, and then they would try to take profit up here, right? And then you have your see what the thing. This thing's so small, right? This thing's so small, right? So your stop loss is like a little bit. You know what I mean? Which is good. That's a good thing, right? Because they'll cut it out right away. But most people, that when they see that stop loss, right, they're just like, oh, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So they open up their stop loss like down to here or something, right? Depending on what other patterns they got, graph they got going on, they'll just match it to some sort of price line or something. We'll just go take it down to this price line because it's not gonna go below that price line. Never, never, right? And then they'll try to take profit or something, right? Right where the top of that the 630 is. So that's your range, right? So you got this much. You know what I mean? But you already fell down here. You wait for it to come back that much, you're not gonna see anything. But all the time, okay, from here to here, already happened. It never went back to the top. You know what I mean? So I caught everything. Literally, I caught everything. I was trying to go back and forth with it. I was trying to get more and more and more and more and more. But then the thing is, every time it reversed, I couldn't. My contract would do the opposite, right? I knew it was bearish the whole time because I had this line. Well, I didn't have the line then, but I caught it at the top. And I made good money until like probably around here. So yeah, I mean, if you look at the bigger time frame, right, and this you really can't tell either. Like, and then from there you're able to just distinctly go to intraday trading, which is the daily trading, right? And then like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever, right? And then you're able to see how the market's affected. So basically, what I did was I kind of followed the 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 VWAP majority of the day through so I can pull back. So right there, it crashed after it hit the top of the VWAP, right? And then it went to the bottom of the VWAP, right? And then so from here to here, literally, I probably this is where I made my 40, very short distance, right? It was like literally like 2 hours after the market opened. And then from here to here, I started looking for reversals, right? And the thing is, this thing was going sideways right here, and it was going sideways right here. And then I should have known because you know, like this thing, the accumulation distribution indicator had no sudden change, right? No sudden change until, what I mean, what I should have done was I should have just um bought all my shorts. But the thing is, when it has no sudden change like this, it kind of just takes a very long time staying in the same price line, right? So then you're just like, it's not even moving one unit value, like $1 value, right? So you're just like, dang, dude, I'm not really seeing any significant difference. All I see is like, if there's no significant difference, right? The thing is, time decay will ruin your gains, right? So I kept seeing that my profit was shrinking, right? So then it was back and forth, playing this back and forth game, which I probably should never have, right? What I should have done is probably just if I would have kept my whole load, the first contract after all this right here, I would have got the whole thing.